All right. So I think something is going on this week from the standpoint of the former president, Donald Trump, and Trump supporters. I want to go over it with you right now. As many of you might remember, August was supposedly a very important month for many Trump supporters when Donald Trump was supposedly going to be reinstated. Of course, it's not going to happen, but Donald Trump is going to be speaking at a rally in Cullman, Alabama this Saturday after being basically missing from the public in any real way for about a month. And in the lead up to this rally on Saturday, at which, now listen to this, there are some Trump supporters who believe Trump will be reinstated at the rally in Alabama Saturday. I mean, just, we don't even have to delve into that. But Donald Trump has done a couple of interviews in the last couple of days with Sean Hannity, which we'll look at first, and then with Maria Bartiromo, which we will look at second. This first interview, I really don't know what to make of this. Donald Trump looks like he either just woke up. People emailed me saying Trump actually seemed senile in this interview. Trump is rumpled. He's disheveled. His right eye is, again, almost completely swollen shut, which seems to be pretty common now in the interviews. He just looks like he woke up as the interview was starting and started answering the first question, which made very little sense. Let's just jump right in.
Well, it's good to be with you, Sean, but it's a terrible time for our country. I don't think in all of the years our country has ever been so humiliated. I don't know, would you call it a military defeat or a psychological defeat? There's never been anything like what's happened here.
Now, if you're wondering what the hell is he talking about, he's talking about leaving Afghanistan, which is exactly what he planned to do. He just ran out of time to do it.
You can go back to Jimmy Carter with the hostages.
Yeah. So the hostages were definitely something that Trump looked at very strongly. That right eye, almost swollen shut, Trump making absolutely no sense. And then it goes from strange optics to strange substance, with Trump claiming that the Taliban has been fighting for 1,000 years. The Taliban was formed in 1994. What is this guy talking about?
Oh, we did a terrible thing, but think of what's happening now. I've heard as many as 40,000 Americans. And the Taliban, good fighters, I will tell you, they're good fighters. We have to give them credit for that. They've been fighting for 1,000 years. That's what they do, is they fight.
So praising the Taliban, but also 1,000 years.
The Taliban has circled the airport, and who knows if they're going to treat us right. All of it.
Yeah. So making very, very little sense. Then, as if that's not weird enough, in the next segment, this is a 90-second Trump rant related to the criticisms of how Trump planned to do the same thing Biden did in Afghanistan, but he's incoherent and he's slurring, and I can't tell what point he's trying to make.
I thought it would maybe run through bureaucracy. It doesn't. You need somebody up there that they're going to respect. So when they say, oh, he talked to the Taliban, you remember they were criticizing me. They criticized me when I talked to Kim Jong-un. Well, President Biden told me it's the single biggest problem we have. I said, have you ever called him? Have you ever
I mean, listen, the criticism of his conversation with Kim Jong-un was Trump thought that the concessions Kim Jong-un made mattered, that they had any substance behind them, when they're the same concessions that North Korean leaders have been pretending to make to the U.S. for 40 years. And other presidents know not to fall for them. Trump fell for it. That was the criticism.
No, I haven't. He did try, but it was not receptive on the other side. But it was receptive with me. Now, we were supposed to have a war, and probably a very big nuclear war. I get along with him great, and I got along with him great. Okay. He doesn't like Biden much, I'll tell you that. But
supposedly this is about Afghanistan.
Along with him great. And we had no problems. You remember that. We were virtually, remember the big button versus the little button and the whole thing. We get along great. We had a very good relationship. We met, we got no credit for that one. No problem.
Well, he accomplished nothing.
By the way, South Korea, I got them to pay billions of dollars, billions. We're protecting South Korea. They're very wealthy. They build the ships. They build the televisions. They do everything. They're very rich. They were paying us nothing. I got them to pay billions and billions of dollars because we're protecting them from North Korea. And I had a very good relationship.
Okay, so supposedly that was about Afghanistan, but then he's talking about Kim Jong-un and all sorts of just completely free. It's free association. It's almost Freudian in nature, where the interviewer, the whole thing, Hannity is asking questions, but he would almost get the same stuff if he took a Freudian approach where the psychotherapist says almost nothing and like doesn't even steer the conversation at all. Okay, we'll continue. Then the vaccine comes up and Trump says, yeah, the vaccine is good, but freedom is important. And, you know, if you want, wear your mask. But yeah, freedom is important.
But I would love people to take the vaccine. In the meantime, wear your mask if you want. But
if you want,
again, you want your freedoms. You have to have your freedoms.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, I guess all else being equal, sure, get vaccinated, but freedom. And, you know, if you want, wear your mask, but freedom. The freedom part is really, really important. And then Donald Trump says, now, I genuinely don't understand this. It seems that Hannity asks Trump, what would you do if you were president right now? And Trump seems to say, I can't tell you if I'm running because of campaign finance. I've watched this clip 5 times. I think that that's what happened. See if you can figure it out.
Are you considering a run again in 2024? I'll let you answer it any way you want, but I'll go back to our original question.
So Hannity mentions the 24, but then he goes to a question.
Now that we have all these Americans behind enemy lines, do you have, in the 45 seconds we have left, what would you do now to help with that specific situation?
So because the campaign finance laws are extremely complicated and unbelievably stupid, I'm actually not allowed to answer that question. Can you believe it? I'd love to answer it. But let me put it this way. I think you'll be happy. And I think a lot of our...
Now, that's not true. Trump can say whether his intention is to run or not. What he may be referring to in his weird free association Cloud9 sort of way is that there may be additional scrutiny upon all the money being donated to him if he were to say that he's running. But Trump's free to tell us if he intends to run or not. It's weird that he keeps repeating that. Okay, here now we get, I guess, to the answer about what would he do.
Friends will be very happy, but I'm not actually allowed to answer it. It makes it very difficult if I do. So people, you're going to be happy because I love this country and I hate to see what's happening.
Would you be willing to?
Okay, so Trump won't tell us what he would do. And he also won't tell us whether he's running. This man is worshipped by tens of millions of Americans. And that's a really, really scary thought. So that was on Hannity. Bizarre, rumpled, crumpled, disheveled, swollen interview. And all of this leading up to this rally he's doing on Saturday. Let's go next to his interview yesterday with Fox host Maria Bartiromo. If you're a guy, the place you want to go for better skin is Geology, one of our sponsors. Geology has skincare routines for men that actually work, personalized for you by a dermatologist. Whether it's dark, puffy eyes, acne, oily skin, or you want to protect your skin, Geology can help. You take their quiz. A dermatologist matches you with a unique skin regimen designed for your specific needs. You'll get a 30-day trial with the treatment they recommend. If you like it, they'll keep sending it to you. It's not a magic cream or bogus miracle, whatever. These are just clinically evidence-based products used by dermatologists, tailored to you by a dermatologist. You're only getting a treatment that you actually need. I took the quiz. The dermatologist matched me with a treatment. It's working great. I love how my skin is looking. You really can see the difference. Go and take Geology's free quiz. And when you use my link right underneath this video, you'll save up to 40% on your first month.